Hello everybody, my name is Huzaifa Farid and I'm a third year software engineering student at Concordia University in Montreal, and I'm here with my friend Kelvin.
Hi, everyone. I'm a third year math student at the University of Waterloo.
And we'd like to present GearPack. So a while ago, we tried to take a close friend on his first real hike, but he had realized that packing for safety and comfort can be more complicated than it seems. So he had made an Excel sheet to store all the gear my friend and I had so he can get an idea on what to buy or bring for the trip, and to practice proper layering. So we thought there has to be a better way to be organized instead of a spreadsheet, a way to visualize and store all the gear one has for their trips. That's why we built GearPack. GearPack has a digital closet to store all the gear that you own in one spot. By adding gear, you'll be able to keep track of inventory and easily show your friends what you own. By also doing this, you can visit your friends' closets and get an idea for new gear you can pick up for your trek. So my friend Nick here has a super nice pair of boots, so I might want to pick those up for my next hike. Another great thing about GearPack is that you're able to create trips within the app, and 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 the app itself will recommend items that you're possibly missing before hitting the trails. For example, let's check out this hike to Mont Saint-Hilaire. As you can see, you can invite your friends to the group chat, to your trip, make a group chat, and the smart recommendation will recommend layers you're missing or gear you might need to prepare for this trip. And also, there's a weather forecast based on the location of where your hike will be, and there's also an all trails link to get to know where you'll be headed.
Now, we will demo Packbot, the AI assistant that can help you plan hikes, create trips and gear lists for you, and store them in the trips page. Packbot has two layers of memory, a chat memory so it stays consistent within a conversation, and a stable user preference profile stored in our database so it remembers you across sessions. At sign-up, we initialize a full preference profile with defaults such as rain tolerance preference set to light rain and a user preference confidence level set to default level as well. To learn about your preferences and provide you the best advice, Packbot will also casually ask you some questions, but it won't bombard you with questions. It knows its limits and how to be natural. Now, it knows with high confidence level that you are a heavy pack style uh, hiker. Packbot also understands casually mentioned preferences. Here, I casually mentioned that I'm scared of heights and will now recommend routes accordingly. Like I said, user preference is also stored in the database, so the model doesn't need to be reminded every time you log in. As you use it more, your preference profile only gets more and more personalized.
As you can see here, after Packbot giving us all the information, I prompted to add the trip to our trips page. So what Packbot does is it predicts the weather for the day that it'll think that we'll be going, and when we enter the trips page, we'll have a uh, pre pre-made trip for Mount Washington, which will generate the distance, estimated distance, and elevation gain for that trip. And of course, we're referring to Mount Washington in New Hampshire. And as we scroll down, because it was able to access the geolocation of Mount Washington, it was able to provide us with a predicted weather forecast, which would then help us with our layering guide and our smart essentials, and also provide us with an all trails link. So thank you so much, Packbot. Thank you so much for checking out GearPack. As avid hikers, this application is very useful for us, especially when we want to bring our friends hiking who have zero to little experience. We'd also like to thank Backboard.io/McHacks for giving us the credits to use, as this was a game changer when it came to solving one of our major issues, which was accessing trail data. Thank you so much.
Thank you.